My question is that I am an ex-addict and I've been clean for a lot of years now. And the thing that I find so difficult to do is talk to people that are using today. Anybody, it doesn't have to be man, woman, whatever. It's hard to talk to them to get them into the meetings. What suggestions do you have, or if you have,
Don't stop.
I wanted to share this, and Yusuf Shah when we at. To one thing, you do know I was talking about Prophet Noah, right? When I was talking about the I just want to lose you about that's the same one. We have the same problem. We have people that we know that's in our community that have and are still actively using. And we have it announced every Friday, and every time it's posted on our walls. He can bear me witness. My brother Jabril is with me in Mount Vernon, and they will still not come. They're in denial. You know, you say we have one brother that come to my mind in particular. He said, "I don't have a problem," and that's the problem. When you realize that you haven't come to your true senses again. So I agree with Imam Dr. Musa to keep pushing. God says go heavily equipped or lightly equipped. And you just keep preaching it, keep telling them that. Because one day, when they are back to their self, they're going to thank you. And say, thank you for constantly reminding me that there was a problem.
Okay, one more thing I need to say is that a lot of times like with me, I'm also like when I don't do NA all of my life. I don't go to these groups constantly. I'm here actually just because somebody invited me and I came. You know, that's what I came. But the people that you tell it to, they expect you have to be there in order for them to come. You know, it's like I totally don't get it. I don't get it.
So the other part of the question, there's a process of change. Change doesn't just magically happen. When people are in active addiction, they call that stage pre-contemplation. They're not even thinking about it. They're out there doing what they're doing. All they can do is they're thinking, they're getting, they're using to find out how to get more. Or whatever, or use more, wait a minute, I gotta go do this, I use that, now I gotta get out there. So they're not thinking about it. That's pre-contemplation, not even thinking about this thing at all. Now contemplation is the stage where people say, well, you know, people telling me it's my second DUI, I'm gonna lose my license. They're getting ready to take my kids away now. I'm thinking about it, I'm not ready yet, but I'm contemplating. It's in my head. Somebody put it in my head. Then they get into, well, you know, I'm going to lose my license with my third DUI, at least in New Jersey, for 10 years. So now I got to find me a place. So I'm actively looking for a treatment place or something to happen. I got to go. I'm going to lose my license. They won't take my kids unless they know I'm in the program. So I'm determined to find one. So we got pre-contemplation, not thinking about it. Contemplation, it's on my mind. Determination, I need to get there. Then action. They show up, like in Islami or counseling or AA or NA. That's called the action. What happens sometimes is after that is what they call the relapse, or the lapse, or whatever it is. It's still using again, however they want to find it. And in NA or whatever, you have to start your time all over again from zero. And some people say, well, no, I'm still doing it. I got my 10 years clean. I just had a little lapse. They justify it any way they want to. But my point is, and good maintenance. There are people like yourself and others who have been out there 10, 20, something years, and they're just maintaining it. But let me tell you this. I had a counselor I worked with for a number of years. He would tell me every time I saw him, and a lot of compassion for soul. He said, I've been clean 30 years. Alcoholic. I haven't taken a drink in 30 years. But let me tell you this. If I take one, what is it? It's too many.
Right.
And 1,000 is not enough. So he knew that. So now how did he know that? That was because up until those 30 years, before that 30 years ago, he kept relapsing. Then finally he got it. I can't do this. I need to stay. I can't drink anymore. So it's you gotta stay on the path. And when people are ready, whoever they are, you gotta keep telling them. You gotta keep offering them. They say invite people to Islam, invite people to the group with kind thoughts and good words and actions. And set the example. You say, look, help me. You remember me? I was out there with Pookie and all the people on the corner getting high, doing whatever, going to the man. And now look, I'm not putting myself up as the example because I still got to do it one day at a time. But still, come do it with me one day at a time. I'll do it with you one day at a time. Yeah, but come to the meeting. It's to invite people, invite them to come in. And to Millati Islam. Let's come finish telling you. Go out there and tell folks about this program. To the mosque, let them know what's going on. Or if they don't want to go over there, come over here. Now some people are embarrassed. I want nobody to know.
Right.
So come to New Jersey then, because we got pictures over there. You can go to Connecticut, go wherever you need to go, but you got to go somewhere. Go somewhere. And the embarrassment. And talk with people about what does it mean to be embarrassed? What's more embarrassing? You weren't embarrassed out there, it was 2 degrees outside, and you went looking for that little hit you needed at 2 degrees. You found the courage to do that. So why can't you find the courage? Let me help you to find the courage to come in here and sit in the Millati meeting. That's the response. I responded to you. I don't know what that is.
Do you have to be Muslim in order to make the meeting?
No, man. No, you don't. No.
What was that?
Brother, put it on the mic.
She said, she asked the question, do you have to be a Muslim to attend the meetings? And the answer is what, brothers and sisters? No.
Attend a meeting. Wherever you can go to a meeting, get to a meeting. If you need a meeting, you find one. Wherever, if you need a meeting, find one. Pick up the phone, call somebody. Don't stay out there by yourself. You don't have to be alone. That's that loneliness thing is one of those triggers. Don't want to do that.
Say what?
I just, said that, I'm thinking about what you said. I'm thinking about what I was thinking. Okay. But I was saying that isolation is one of the things that addiction does to you when you're actively using. Because I just want to share that, I do have an issue with addiction. And at the end, it was just me and my drug choice. Nobody, just me, so that's what it does.
The sister was saying that isolation is part of the part of the disease. Because you want to be alone with your gin.
Oh, yes.
You're talking to your ears. You have this good old conversation going on. Well, you didn't use yesterday, but if you just go out there and you can just do one. Just a little bit. Well, come on over here. Well, go to your brother's birthday party, because that's your brother. Now you know they're going to be drinking and shooting and doing everything else up there at that party. But you got it in your mind that, I think I can go. It's been a while. Now, and I'm not saying that some people can't go. But they need to know when the whispering starts, the was, you got to get out of there. You got to call somebody and say, come get me now. I got to get out of here. I need help. Or just walk away, keep walking. Allah will make a path for you.
Assalamu alaikum. Brother Man Musa from Mount Vernon. When you was alluding to the ark, and you was talking about the dunya, or the world, so to speak, when you said the two of you come, or come in couples, you were talking about two people, or you were talking about me, myself, and the jinn, or the disease that's carrying me, that's keeping me in the dunya. Can you elude on that? Is that how you follow what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, so as scripture reads it, it's two pairs. So it'd be a male and female. So, you read the scripture, the Bible, They talk about horses, 2 pairs of horses, or two lions, 2 tigers, 2 bears, right? So we can say that. We can say first initially 2 pairs. But there is the 2 or 3 of you that have to come in. And when you do come in, when you come in, it's almost like you coming in surrendering. Like you gave up. Like this is the bottom. You can't go no further than this except if I break this. And that's what I'm talking about. That we have to, you know, God says, and this is in all scriptures like we said earlier, that when you enter wholeheartedly. You know, that's why you have the baptism, you have the water, you have us, we give our Kalima Shahadatain, which is the announcement of 2 statements that God is one and Muhammad is the prophet. Prayers and peace be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's what I said. And that's what you do. You come in wholeheartedly. You come in, all of you. And so, you know, we live in a time now, they'll diagnose you quick that you have a whole lot of personalities, right? We call that schizophrenia, right? So you take all of that with you on the ark, because that's the pace of safety and security. Okay? Yes. Dr. Musa.
You mentioned, I've been invited to a few celebrations at NA and AA, and when a person gets up to talk, they say, I'm an addict. But I noticed you had a different spin on that, alternative to that. And what do the even Millati say when they introduce themselves? But you use a different reference.
Well, I can't speak of what Millati Islami said, what brothers would say. You would have to ask them. But for me, I don't say I'm an addict because I'm not an addict right now. I was an addict. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us for every illness there's a cure. So therefore, for right now, I'm cured. I can't talk about what's going to be tomorrow because I know I can be susceptible. That's why I don't hang out. So I'm in what I guess you would call a group that of chaplains. That after they have their training, these are not all Muslims, majority of them are Christians. They bring out the wine, whatever else they're doing. I leave. And not that I'm tempted, but for right now, I'm cured. I'm not an addict. Now, one of the brothers from Millati Islami can speak to that.
When you go to NA and AA and they say I'm an addict, that's what they say. I'm a recovering addict. But when we come to Millati Islami, we say fallen human condition. We have different languages. Like you have NA, AA, and Millati. So that's the question. So we don't say in Millati, we don't say I'm an addict. In NA, like me, I say my name is Khalil. I'm a recovering addict. But in here, we say, I'm a Muslim and I have a fallen human condition. Yes.
My question is,
Okay. Wait, back.
either one of them answered.
Right, yeah.
Just said, you're telling a person that might not be a Muslim, might not be nothing, getting out of jail or whatever, when he come in, when we try to identify with him where he at. I know I'm clean, I'm going on 32 years clean, right? But for me to help someone that's out there, I got to tell them where I came from. I can't tell them a language they don't understand. So if I give them a language they don't understand, then they won't come back. So I got to let them know where I came from, how I got there, how I can help them. I'm from 32 years clean. I'm a Christian, but I still respect everybody's religion.
One of the things that's happening from the clinical side, is that language was accepted. It's changed all the time. It used to be, you call people addicted.
Right.
So a person was addicted. The person was addicted. Or the person was an addict. Now, so that the new clinical, the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Health Diseases, now talking about a substance use disorder. Yeah, because your life is out of order. They're not talking about what you're doing as addictive, but they say your life is out of order. That's why I talked about wellness from before. And also it helps you to make a distinction between who you are, the soul that Allah gives you, or God gives you, and what you do.
Right.
So, for instance, if a person is they say a person is a diabetic, that's like what a diabetic? No, he's a person that has a condition, a diabetic condition. So you're not identifying the person as the condition. You're identifying the person as a human being that God created and breathes breath into, and then they decided to behave a certain way. So it's called a behavioral disorder. That's why they're now using a use. But I tell you, whatever works for that person, for wherever you find them. Because in counseling, I'm not gonna get up here and talk to them. Oh, you can't use that language anymore because such and such. If I have to deal with them where I find them, where they are. We can set a goal, treatment plan kind of thing. Where we may want to go over the next 3 months, next 6 months, next 2 years. But however, you deal with that person when you find them, or what they can understand. We saw that in too much aside. We saw that at the development of Islam here in the United States among African Americans. We had Double Joe Ali, we had the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and talking about do for self, and then and having his own way of telling people to stay away from that drug. And then people were moving towards some more Islamic, Orthodox, whatever that is. But however, when people come off the street, you have to give them whatever they need at a particular time. Then later on, you can help them to develop and to grow into being a fully developed spiritual being. However, catch them where you can.
So if I come to Millati, I can say I'm a Christian and I suffer from a fallen human condition. At the Muslim, you can say that at Millati.
In my understanding, you could, my brother. I think my brother might have misunderstood what I said. See, I'm talking what I was speaking about for me. See, you meet people wherever they are. You see what I mean? And if you come to a place, and again, I'm not a Millati Islami, but if you come there and say, I'm an addict, I don't think they're going to push you out. Because you're going to meet the person where they are. You see what I mean? And deal with them in their condition. You see what I mean? It's about recovery in any means possible.
Thank you.
Just a point of information. The book that we have now is the second edition of the Millati book. First edition, we talked about kind of like model, almost verbatim. Almost verbatim. Back there,
Come on, brother, come on up here. We don't bite.
And through some mutual consultation, Brother Zaid, who consulted with some Imam, one of which was Imam Fleming El-Amin in Atlanta, Imam Wafdi Muhammad, we changed the language in the second revised edition from being powerless over our addiction to we suffer from a fallen human condition. Because we take our Shahada. The Shahada team, 2-part series. We take that, right? And after we do that,
they don't understand what Shahada
then our declaration of faith. You understand?
I got some.
Okay, so we recognize who God is for us. So we ain't powerless. We just suffer from a fallen human condition, as well as the word addict. We went from addict to addicted. Because as a Muslim, having taken our Shahada, we're man first, and we suffer from this fallen human condition. So the language was changed that way. For me, when the brothers talk about it, like the brother said, we got to meet you wherever you come in at. If you come in, however you talking, we're gonna let you know that in Millati Islami, we talk about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We do that, but you're welcome. We just want you to know when you come, don't get all bent out of shape if you hear Allah. Because that's what we do here. That's what we do in Millati Islami. We talk about our God. You know, we're in the other fellowships, they don't talk about no God. They talk. Some people got to cheer for a God. We don't do that here. And that's the only difference. But you're welcome. And if you got a problem with identifying with God, maybe we can help you. But if not, we ain't gonna put you out. You know, as long as you ain't hooting and hollering and jumping up and down and hurting nobody, you're welcome here. Or getting high. And if you is high, come, because you gotta get in the tub. If you dirty, you gotta get in the tub. That's one of my problems. And I can remember, and I'm gonna shut up in a minute, Draw. I can remember when I first came, the first resurrection, all my partners were putting the spike down and going into the nation. And I couldn't do it because I couldn't put the spike down, so I didn't go. But I should have went anyway. Because maybe if I'd have went, I'd have found a way to put the spike down. So now listen, if you are getting, now we suggest that you come clean. But come however you are. Come however you are. If you is high, come on in here. And once I tell you my story, you know what I mean? Once you listen to me for a minute, then you might be all right after that. You might say, well, he can do it. Anybody can do it. So we welcome you. We welcome you to come. And just listen, do me a favor. Come to the, if you're interested and you're curious, come to MIB for 90 days. Just come for 90 days in a row. And then at the end of that 90 days, see where you at.
You'll be surprised how you leave out.
You know, you see where you at. And you're probably in between there, you maybe done took your shahada, who knows? If you ain't already took it. But you know, like this is for the whole, like Gerard always say, this is for the whole of humanity. The whole of humanity. You know, we in the life-saving business here. And I appreciate the brothers, brother, I like how you broke this stuff down, man. We need more of that. We need more of that. Brother Musa, me and Brother Musa got a connection. You know, I've been up to Master Yusuf Shaw. You know, we're in fellowship together. You know, so it's a blessing. It's a blessing. And if you want to know how to start a group, or if you want to know anything about a group, come talk to me. Come talk to me. And we got some beautiful, beautiful literature over there, as well as some information. I got a DVD over here of our founder doing an actual Millati Islami meeting. I highly suggest it. Only card, just give me a donation. You can have one. Just give me. I'm telling them for $8, but just give me a donation. You can have one because you need to get it. So that's all I got.
I'm sorry, but I gotta go move my car.
Yeah.
I got
to go catch Uber back in my car.
How far you at this now?
I'm at 117.
I gotta move my car.
Yeah. I didn't take the risk. I went out there. I found a little spot on the
Listen, people are going to move their car, so we're going to take this moment to let them move their car and come back. We don't want anybody to go away. We got a lot of food. A lot of food. We're going to feed you. Don't go nowhere. We got a lot of food. We're going to make us a salad 5 o'clock.